how did you not become maybe sad? Maybe feel like
God, I beg.
Yeah, well, how did you not get to that place of there's a baby in background? We know I no get baby. I beg. Yeah, no. I know it's funny, but this is on. Some
No,
persons
actually, it's funny for me
yeah.
because that's not my personality, but I can relate to what you're saying.
So, but is it a personality thing?
No, I don't think so. No,
Is it personal? Is it that there are some personalities that are more into? I don't get power. I no do. Let me go and fetch with my kind. Or so. What do you think?
I think it's a mindset thing. Okay. First of all, for me, I accepted my reality. My friends are getting married, and I cannot be a witch. That's it.
What's wrong?
I cannot be a witch. They are married. They are getting married, and they are happy. They are having good. And sincerely, my friends, actually, God bless them with the best of men.
They get transformed by the renewing of your minds. Welcome to Moments with the Queen.
Welcome. There is always room for more. Thank you so much for joining in and being a part of the very first video edition of the Moments with the Queen podcast. As you can see, if you can't see, I am very excited because this is a start of something new. This is a start of something good. And as you know, I am rarely alone. Maybe the next episode or the next season. But for this one, I am not alone. I'm going to be having a very amazing guest in this particular season. And in one of the episodes, we're going to be 3. So I'm going to be having 2 fantabulous women. It's not a women distinction, because in case you're a guy and you're listening, trust me, we're not here to fight you. You're going to love every single bit of what we're going to be delivering on this particular podcast. All right, so what is Transitions about? I think in summary, we have about 9 episodes. Yes. My name is Kween Sisan. If you are a first-time listener, then awesome, really awesome. I have been hosting the Moments with the Queen podcast for like 6 years. Yes, and that's why I'm pretty excited about our first video edition. This time, I am coming in as a mom and a wife. Now, I think the last time I had a session, I was talking about things I learned during my single years, and I had a session where I was with the Love Hub community, and I had my husband as a guest as well. They had myself and my husband as a guest. And this time, I'm going to be bringing ladies in so we can actually talk about what it really is to transition from being single to being married, and some of the realities that many times people don't get to talk about. Maybe they talk about it, but I searched. And sometimes, many times, I did not see, right? So we are trusting the Holy Spirit that He is going to direct and lead, and at the end of the day, you will be blessed. Now, I'm going to be introducing my ladies who will be joining me on this platform, but there's something that I want to say. In my learning process, because I've been in wilderness, you don't want to know, but we're going to go there. One of the things that stood out for me is that God said something really profound. He said, I am not my titles. So you know how I used to say, okay, Queen Sister. In fact, before this podcast, you knew me as a media personality. I used to work on the radio, but now, no, I'm not doing radio again. So right now, I am into behavioral change communication, media strategy, And I came to realize that that's how life transitions. Maybe in another season, you find out that I'm now in Canada, I've taken consultation more seriously, I'm now into counseling, whatever. I am still the spec. The magic is still I. Do you get it? So it's not really about the titles. It's not about the accomplishments. It's not about the portfolio. SBCC advocate of that organization. As much as these titles are amazing, I just want you to know that that's not really where we're going to be going today. So yes, I'm Kween Sisan, and I'm going to be having Princess David Musa as our guest. And also someone who is going to be showing up is Onome Blessing Atunusha. These are 2 really wonderful ladies. They are my friends. So the sessions we're going to be having is really chilled and laid back because we get to have conversations a lot. I will not just be asking questions, the regular interviewer, interviewee. No, we're just going to be gisting. So I will talk to them and they will talk back to me. If they have questions to ask me, why not? If I have questions to ask them. So it's just basically going to be a chit chat. What are your thoughts? What do you think? What I think? And even we want to know what you think. Write in the comment section. So going back to the regular, who is Princess David Musa? Princess David Musa, I call her my pastor's wife. Not because her husband is my pastor, but because she's my friend and she's actually her husband is a pastor, and this is not even a joke. This is like with all seriousness. She's somebody who we've been close since I was like in the university, and I have seen her evolve. I've seen her transition. I am so proud of the woman that she has become and that she is becoming. She's the author of the book, You Too Can Be a Friend of God for Young Adults. And I tell you without a doubt that this book is going to bless you. Now, that's it about Princess David Musa, because the woman is expanding and she's transitioning, and you might hear from her in another 5 years, and the repertoire is going to be probably pretty fat. Now, let's jump into another lady who you would be seeing on this particular podcast, Onome Blessing Atunusha. Onome Blessing Atunusha is one of the beautiful persons who God has used to help me to come back to writing. I know you've known me, I get to talk a lot, but from way back when I was a little child, one of my very first gifts was actually writing. And for a long time, I dropped that part of myself. And she's the founder of the Book Garden, a community where she basically encourages and grooms people. I don't know how she does it. If you know the books that this lady reads in 1 year, in fact, in a month, I don't know how I don't know. Some people are not of this world. And not only is she that, she's also an honor personality with Wazobia FM. But you know what I said? We evolve, right? So all of these things are not, this is not our identity. We're just basically I'm telling you how these ladies are currently serving and expressing themselves in this particular time of their lives. I have been talking a lot. I need to drink water. I think I need to get a glass of water in this place. It's not easy. This is why I get to bring my ladies to the show. So those, thank you. Stone it. I need to catch it. No, you can't throw it, please. I'll catch it. Thank you. Yay. Yeah, I have the skills. There are so many hidden talents. Welcome again. So, high five, first of all. High five, my love. Jokes aside, high five. I'm really excited about this because, so let me weigh in on Princess before you get to hear a charming voice. Princess and I get to have conversations on the phone that sometimes I wish the world could hear. Like, we could talk on the phone, and I think the last time we had a conversation, we were talking, I started praying. No, this is not even a joke. I know I'm just, but I left that conversation praying because I'm like, so when I got the leading that I was going to have her in one of the seasons, it felt perfect. By the way, I got this podcast idea 2 years ago. The graphic was designed 2 years ago. And the way I saw it is what we are seeing now. And so 2 years ago, the reality couldn't really be birthed, but I'm glad that we're having this. So this is basically that thing that we have, in the backyard that nobody actually sees. We just want to give you a glimpse, right? So I'm going to start off with you, Princess. Introduce yourself. I've done a mini intro, but let us meet you.
All right. First of all, I'm glad to be here. My name is Princess Uzochukudema Musa. So yeah, I'm a teens Bible coach. I love the Lord. So much. And I just wrote my first book, which is You Too Can Be a Friend of God. It's a book for young people, teens, tweens, young adults. It's a book that, helps guides you, to experience intimacy with God,
Awesome.
to experience genuine friendship.
Awesome.
Most times we think God is 2,000 miles
Away
from
I
us,
know.
but God is really very close to our hearts. So yeah, I'm glad to be here, Susan. I'm so happy we are doing this.
I'm glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay, so now this particular episode, we're talking on family and friendships. And we're talking about navigating friendships, both as a married couple or as a married individual and as a single lady. Now, Nomzi is like a very close friend to me, and she's someone who can while Princess might relate to transitions that have happened as a married lady, Nomsi will be able to relate to transitions that have happened as a single lady. So her ideas and her perspectives are rich and solid, and I believe that you would learn a lot listening to her talk. So, Nomsi, let's get to meet you.
Okay, my name is Onome. Onome Blessing Atunusha. I am an honor personality with Wazobia FM, as much as I don't like putting that part somewhere in. But yeah, I actually run a book club, a reading accountability group to inspire people, to help them get to read. Aside that, what do? I'm an intercessor. I love to pray for people. Like, it's just something that I know that I enjoy doing a lot. Yeah, for the children ministry, I'm not sure. Somehow, people will know that. But that's a story for another day. But yeah, good to be here. Thank you so much, Sister, for having me.
It's a pleasure, really. I'm glad that you are here. So we're going to get right onto it. And my first question is a drop it like it hot kind of question. Princess, what was the biggest change you would say happened to you when you got married? By the way, because I know some persons would be like, hey, you people are talking marriage. How many years have you been married? You just come couples. We are actually still new in the business, but by the grace of God, Princess has been married for like 3 years. So, and she has a son. We both have, I have a son and she has a son. So, even though 3 years, when you want to compare someone that say I've been there for 40 years, I've been there for 100 years,
50 years.
Yes, now, so and it's good. But I believe so strongly that there might be a lady out there who maybe you just got married, maybe you are preparing to get married, and you want to know some truths. There are some things that our mothers did not tell us. Not in a bad way, anyway. So yes, I believe that this will bless you. So, what would you say was the biggest change for you?
Okay.
As the Lord leads you, with all honesty.
Okay, so when you talk about biggest change, actually there were lots of changes. Like
Can
a
imagine.
handful of them.
Can imagine.
So I'm just going to talk about one. And that is like I said earlier, I'm someone I love the Lord a lot.
Yeah.
And growing up, when I was single, I guarded my relationship with God jealously.
Okay.
I love to have my personal time. Most times, I love to have what I call dates with God. So I could go on a date with God and have that personal time. I had a very beautiful fellowship. So when I got married, I realized something's just changed, especially when I got pregnant. So I don't know if it's hormones, I don't know what it is, but getting marriage comes with a level of responsibility.
Yes, it does.
So reality sets in, responsibilities here and there, and I didn't have that time. I just noticed
God was hello, hi.
God, hello, hi, exactly. And
I
then
love you, Big Daddy.
And then, no time for that personal relationship, those intimate times we used to have. So, and then when I went back to God one of the days and I was like, okay, what's happening? And God said, I am even in this process with you. You understand? So it made me know that truly, even when you are praying while doing the dishes, and you're praying while doing the laundry, and you're praying while cleaning, the dirty faces of your kids, God is there. In fact, God is really there. So I think that was the biggest change for me.
You miss your date
Yeah.
time, so you just escape. Like that time you came to Kogi State and said,
Exactly.
I just want to have coffee with Jesus. She did do things. Sure. We'll talk that story for another day. Okay, so for you, Nomsi, what would you say was the biggest realization when your single friends started getting married?
Okay, well, okay. For me, when it wasn't my first friend, by the way, a lot of my friends are talking PTA meetings right now. Yeah, that's to tell you, yes. A lot of my friends are talking PTA meeting. My child is going for a child's birthday. I'm going for a play date. I don't know. I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's it. That's the stage where I'm at right now, and I'm not married.
Sorry, before you go ahead, how does that feel for you?
Ooh, sometimes it can be lonely. Because, okay, can I make reference to a movie I saw
Go
a
ahead.
couple of days ago? Okay, yes, I saw this movie, I think, shout out to Avestas
Oh.
Church. Yes, I think You May Only Kiss the Bride. And it was Arike, Dimples, and Effiong. Etim Effiong. And Arike is more like me. She's a single one. She's 30s, she's in her 30s, and her friends are married. You know, they're already having this husband thing. One is already heavily pregnant, and already talking about, my husband said this, and she's like, oh my God. And to come top the cake, the other of the friend got pregnant, and she's like, oh no, they are going to be discussing babies.
And I'll be clashing in their middle.
They're going to be discussing babies. What am I going to be discussing with them? They have left me behind. I literally could feel a panic. Okay, so for me, I got discovered that it was a rude shock for me at first. Seasons have changed. It just came like, bam. Seasons have changed. For the first time, it was so, it was a very, I'm like, this girl is my girl, my own girl. I could call her anytime, we could just anytime. But I just realized there's a man in the picture, and I just have to, okay, step back a little.
Are you
Not
good?
like,
Are you free now?
yeah. So we're like, okay, can we
Noise
talk
in the
now?
background.
Is it a good time? Also, I just like, I just got the time. I'm like, oh, our husband will soon be home. Okay, babes, all right now. Later now, we'll talk some other time. Are you preparing food for your husband? Oh, okay. I just discovered that it came as a rude shock. Then it wasn't so bad because I had other friends that were single like me. But it came so bad when everybody was getting married. It got real. My eye not clear. Like, are you? What is going on? What is going on here? Oh God, this is no longer fun. If you think it is, stop it. It's not. Because I'm not doing all those things. It's paining me. What is it? And so, yeah, for me, it was like the root shock that came was seasons have changed. That line can be simple, but it's heavy.
It's heavy.
Seasons
Can be
have
simple, but it's heavy.
changed. Yes, so that was it.
Okay, so I will start off with you again. How were you able to still be available? Because I have seen people who really struggle around navigating the friend that used to be all mine and now is now community friend. There is mommy, the person is probably now a mom, and then, you know, it's now a wife. Thinking, what are these people going to eat today? And unlike before that, our conversations used to be just very straightforward and direct. So how were you able to morph into these people's realities despite the fact that that's not your own reality? How were you not? Because you've given hints like this thing saved the tire me. I'm hearing baby sound in the background. You know, so, but how did you still manage? Because I still see that you have, I'm married, Princess is married, you have a couple of friends that are married, and you are still because Onome is one of my really great buddies, by the way. I cherish the friendship that I have with her.
That's so
Sorry,
sweet.
I don't joke with her. So, in fact, it's funny because she's someone who I can even call, even as a married lady, for counsel. And she will not lie to me. She will not, she doesn't, I don't know how to, you know how some people will be like, where am I going to, what's the thing I'm going to say now that if I say it, maybe, she will say it to you just as it is. Like, you did wrong here. Maybe you should have done this. Have you tried this? Even for my kids. I see, my child was very selective of people. But he did not select with Onome. Onome literally...
I'm the favorite auntie.
Yeah, he carried... So I'm like, how did you do that for yourself? How did you not become maybe sad? Maybe feel like...
God, I beg.
Yeah, but how did you not get to that place of... There's a baby in background. We know I no get baby. I beg. Yeah, no. I know it's funny, but this is on...
No, actually, it's funny for me because that's not my personality, but I can relate to what you're saying.
So, but is it a personality thing?
No, I don't think so. No,
Is it personal? Is it that there are some personalities that are more into, I don't get power, I no do. Let me go and fetch with my kind. Or, so what do you think?
I think it's a mindset thing. Okay. First of all, for me, I accepted my reality. My friends are getting married and I cannot be a witch. That's it. I cannot be a witch. They are married. They are getting married and they are happy. They are having good. And sincerely, my friends, actually, God bless them with the best of men. I have seen good marriages in my circle. Like I know I'm not
This
even
moment,
trying
I'm
to.
happy to be in the circle because
God has
cheers
blessed
to
these
my
ladies
best man.
with good men. I'm like, how wanna take the, I know now. When I get me when
What
I'm
do you
trying
mean?
to keep up with you people. And you people are getting. Let's not.
Oh, my.
But then, really good men. So I'm happy that they are settling down and getting married. I was sharing with, I wasn't her on phone a couple of days ago. I'm like, everybody I knew since my childhood, every single one of them is married.
That's a lot too.
I'm not joking. Every single one of them is married. People that I can say, okay, we started primary school, secondary school. They're having babies already. I have a friend that her first child is like about 10.
Wow.
And she's done giving birth. Yeah, sure, I mean, I don't close. And I looked at her one day, I said, you don't close. Hey! Jesus! Where are you? Okay, so how did I manage that? I'm a very happy person. I might not be extroverted, I might not be everywhere, but I'm a very happy person. I find happiness in the little things. Little things excite me. That's why you see me, I can play with children, I can jump on the bed. I have a neighbor's child that enjoys jumping on my bed. And together we jump on the bed. Little things excite me. So the fact that I know that realization has come in, they are getting married. So why stay sad? Why stay bitter when you're not a witch? You're trusting God and you're hoping that God is going to bless you with your family someday. Why are you cutting them off?
Okay, so because there's a lot to unpack in what you just said, I want to untangle it a bit. So yeah, some persons are not exactly witches. It's just that it comes with a bout of emotions that they might
did
not
not
be
expect.
able to deal with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes, and that's why podcasts like this would actually help, because some people are really at that phase where, you know how a woman will say, I've never been married before. Nobody ever told me that I have to think every day of what we have to eat, breakfast,
Yes,
lunch,
yeah.
and dinner. Meanwhile, I mean, that was one of my shockers. Like,
Okay.
me, that for me to even cook for myself, I know all the, now I have to be cooking for, my son will wake up, mommy, he doesn't even say food, he says, mommy, food.
Fudu.
And
We
he
call
will
it
really
twice.
like he doesn't care whether, mommy, did you sleep at night? Mommy, are you even up to make food? No, well, maybe when it matures in, but these are the realities.
Realities, yeah.
Yeah. So for some persons it's the shock.
Yes, let me
And
speak
not-
to that.
yes.
For me, I feel like what I said initially
It's in
is
your reality.
accepting my reality.
Yeah.
My friends are now married, right? And I'm happy for them. And the first way to deal with these emotions is, this is the reality. Accepting it first. If you accept it, that way you can be able to deal with all the emotions that comes with it. Yes, sometimes you can get like, okay, and there are some nights you just want to have long conversation. You cannot be calling another person's wife inside midnight and it's okay, everything all right with you. So you just have to realize that, look, at some point it's going to get lonely. At some point this person is not going to be available, not because they don't care. Then that's where I have to go to the next point. You have to trust your friend's intention towards you.
Oh, wow.
Does my friend love me? Is she a good person? Does she care about me? Will she intentionally want to hurt me? I am very particular about the people around me. I do a lot. I'm heavy on kindness. If you are going to be mean with your actions or your words, please don't come close. I'm not nice like that. I will just... So when I'm sure and I trust the people I have around me, so I know, like, she might call me and say, no, please, can we talk later? My son is just, oh, really? And immediately I drop my comment, like, okay, how can we do this? How can we make this work? Oh, I'm so sorry. And I can call in again to check. That's not because that's not because I've forgotten my friend or I don't have conversations to have with my friend. I'm actually having a very pressing need. But I know for her at the moment, for her to be able to give me her best, her family has to be in order. It's a reality. So accepting it.
For her to be able to give you her best, her
That's
family,
profound.
that's
Yeah,
very
so
profound.
you have to accept that reality and know that my friend, and trust their intentions. That's it.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you for that. So I was actually going to ask if there was like a process to detangling these emotions, but I think what you said, shifting the whole thing of trusting their intentions and understanding that if the friend can actually have their family in order, whatever it is that is now their own reality, definitely they will be able to give
Yeah,
it their
because
best.
calling your
That's
friend
also-
that has a toddler and waiting for everywhere to be quiet before you have a
It's
conversation,
unrealistic.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
Unrealistic.
Toddlers are never quiet.
It's unrealistic.
I get that.
Yeah.
So
I get that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on to family. I know Momsi, and I mean, but I want to know what was change like for you after marriage with detaching from family and attaching and building another family. Was it easy? Did you just get in, or did you have shockers like mommy I miss you kind of seasons? No, I mean, no, some persons might be like, if you are prepared for it, yeah. But there are some people, there are some ladies that literally cry like,
It's reality.
hey, mommy. So what was it for you?
Okay, for me, it was a bit easy.
Okay.
And I think I won't take credit to for that. I think having the right community I mean is my parents, my mom,
Okay.
my siblings, my husband. So having the right community helped the transitioning.
Beautiful,
Smooth.
beautiful.
You see a lot of couples going to marriage unprepared. They are not mentally prepared. In their mind, they are not prepared, and they get there and they are shocked.
Wow.
So preparation is key. So yeah, that maturity now helps you. Because when I was going into marriage, I already know the part of the Bible that says, when you are getting married, you are living to cleave. So I already had that orientation in my mind that, I'm living to cleave. And so where community comes to play is that if you have a good man as a husband, he makes cleaving
Easier.
You don't feel you just
exactly
embrace your home.
just embrace
You don't feel like you're going to prison.
You're in a stranger's
So,
place.
yeah.
Because sorry for cutting short, there are still some men who do. Why are you doing this in my house?
Exactly.
Why are you doing that to my car? Why
Exactly.
are you? Oh, guys, you're not ready to marry. I've been carrying somebody. The person is changing her name, changing her location, coming to your house, and you're doing my house. Get it right. If there's any lady listening, I think sometimes just use place to say no. It's not my house. It's our house.
Yeah.
I mean, automatically, that's the idea.
Yeah, I think I saw something on IG where someone wrote every small thing they will just tell you now. So you're going to behave for your husband's house. Say, so is my husband's house, not my house? So I will not feel at home.
Exactly.
And I was laughing.
So yes, that makes a lot of sense. And I think, okay, go ahead.
Okay,
No. I thought you were done with your thoughts. Please
Okay,
finish.
so that's part, and then my family also being understanding.
Yeah.
My mom is a believer. She loves God. She's informed. She's literate, so she knows these things. So she just allowed me. She gave me time.
Gave you room.
She gave me room to bond with my husband. Same with my siblings. They are really understanding. So I think that really helped. The transitioning, you understand? So I didn't really get to have those issues of I'm missing home or I'm crying, I'm missing my siblings. No.
Amazing.
Yeah,
so while she was speaking, and there's something I think I want to just speak to, this issue of transitioning with family. I think I just want to speak directly to parents. In case there is one mother, one father that is actually listening to this podcast, or maybe somebody shares this podcast with you. It's very important that you allow a new couple to nurture their wings and fly. Don't breathe on their neck. You see all these fathers that do, is he treating you right? Will he not treat her right? Now, I'm not saying maybe you shouldn't check up on your children. But you know how you are. There's a word they call it when you give somebody an assignment to do and then you are every 2 seconds. Have you done it? What did you do? Is it micromanaging? Don't micromanage an adult. Because that's why you see some adult ladies that are babies. I see some posts on Instagram. My husband did this and I reported it to my father, my daddy. Are you okay? No. I mean, I think this is something that needs to be addressed. Do you know where your allegiance is supposed to be? Now, I'm not trying to say, okay, so maybe the man is beating you and then he's being violent. That's a very different issue. I'm talking about a mature man and a mature woman in marriage. And there's something, let's even assume there's something that your husband is dealing with. Are you not supposed to be his place of secrecy? So what's with coming on Instagram to rant that you did something and then your father did something and then your brothers went to, you are not ready to get married.
Call your dad.
That's the truth. Because sometimes when I see it, I'm turned off. Because marriage, actually, the way the Lord ordained it, if not of what's going on right now, marriage is covenant. Marriage is a very deep thing. If you are not ready for it, don't enter.
Yeah.
In fact, I used to say there are some persons whereby, when you are praying to God, God, I want a kingdom marriage. That conversation is not something that it's not a casual conversation. God can prepare you so that you would actually receive that kingdom marriage. Because you see, people are doing marriage, but it's not everybody that is doing kingdom marriage. Yeah. And of course, when you're talking about kingdom marriage, it means that the foundation of your home, the baseline, the value system that your home is built on is the word of God.
The word of God. Yeah.
So I just thought to bring this out because there are parents that spoil their kids and you don't allow, you've monitored the girl, you chose the school. No, you can't go far. Why? Or you go to the school that's in our backyard so that you can be coming to the house. Okay, she's finished, she wants to do NYC. Why do you want to go far now? You want to go to Abeokuta? How do you know in Abeokuta? You don't want the child to grow. Because there are ladies who, okay, so when is she going to start practicing to live life? It's one thing to be wealthy. It's another thing to know how to use your money to invest in your kids so that they can grow and be able to face the real world.
Independence.
Yes, because there are some ladies who are so dependent on their parents that even in marriage.
Yeah.
And then the parents
grown babies.
Overgrown babies.
Yeah.
And then the parents don't help. So I just thought to really put that out because while Princess is saying this thing like, oh, my mom did this, my mom is beautiful to know, but there are some moms and dads that don't. And then I also want to talk about the fact that now this thing I'm saying is not a one size fits all, but the point I'm trying to make is allow a new couple, in fact, not just a new couple, people that are married, give them space. You see this whole thing of she's just getting married and then that last born in the family, say, your husband is going to be the one now that will now be paying his school fees. Or he's going to, as you are coming now, he will follow you. You have to calm down, right? And I mean, these things, they make a huge difference because couples that are yet to navigate handling conflict with themselves. You will not start handling conflict of, why did you treat my brother like that?
Yeah.
Why did you do that to my mother?
There's going to be a lot.
All this drama that is unnecessary now. So yes, I don't know if there's anything you want to say on this issue and then we see how we can tie it.
Like what you said is so profound because it delays intimacy.
Yes. Oh, that's so profound.
So that's why the couples.
No, please, I want you to.
They miss place.
I want you to throw more light on that delaying intimacy because we have couples that have been married for 10 years and they are not intimate.
True that.
Yeah.
And there are couples that have been married for 20 years and they are very independent. The husband is living the life, the wife is. There's no intimacy, and you know that the one of the things that comes with a kingdom marriage is that you are supposed to be one. Two,
becoming one.
So any marriage that is not fostering that unity of two becoming one, just know that you are doing your own thing. It's a flesh-led marriage. So I want you to talk about that. That's delaying intimacy. Can you just throw more light on it, please?
Okay, so when it comes to intimacy for me is not something that happens overnight.
True.
And intimacy is built on friendship. I think friendship is the foundation for any intimacy a couple can have. Friendship and oneness when it comes to their relationship with God. So you mentioned something about kingdom marriage. So you can't have a kingdom marriage without even, first of all, getting married to a believer, someone who loves God, you understand? And so after you've gotten married to your believer husband, your believer spouse, there's a place to nurture friendship. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong when it comes to marriage. Okay. So people think it's supposed to be spontaneous, supposed to be automatic. But even people who have dated for several years, in the world today, people who date, I don't know why they do that.
I don't know too.
You see people date for like 8 years and then they get married and they can't even stay together for 2 months. They can't stay together for a week. That's because they are beginning to see their differences. So that friendship is what supersedes the initial feeling. That initial
romantic butterflies. I see you as my guy, I see you as my lady.
So I think that friendship is built, number one, when you guys are staying together, you have time to stay together, you talk together, you make that person your gist partner, someone you can discuss life with.
Just be yourself.
You understand? Just be yourself. You don't go to marriage trying to be all prim and proper. You understand? Yeah, you package yourself, yes, and all those things. But this person should be your homie, your guy. You understand? So, and that's what truly fosters
That
the intimacy. Yeah.
Remember, transformation is in action. See you next time.